Let me know.
Fresh flowers. What right in this?
Yeah, this is all my shit. And did I mention how unfair this is?
Hey,
Point it out.
go check that out.
Not happening.
Ahem. Hello, beautiful.
Excuse me.
You're back already. Good. We've got a job for you.
After quelling the gunner's third attempt at subverting our organization, we've run out of leads. Terminal entries, holotapes, and rumor mill have provided us up to this point, but we're still lacking some critical details. The noose, Devola's presence, terminal entries, and the assault on the greenhouse, FSD, and Adam Katz's enable us to infer several things. First, we know these gunners are not acting on behalf of a client. They self-funded this operation through kidnapping contracts at the Institute. Next, we know from the noose this is in response to an incident where we used unique methods to warn the gunners to stay away from Diamond City. We know the entire operation is being led by someone his troops simply call the Colonel. We do not know anything about him or her, other than this person must be a capable, well-funded, and charismatic leader to pull so many active gunners off external contracts for this. All this points to a personal score to settle. I suspect this Colonel was involved with or commanded the original raid on Diamond City years ago.
Lieutenant Dan has questioned our gunner prisoner. She seems to have been a recent and conscripted addition to their ranks. She's been a gunner for approximately 2 days and just wants to go home. Seems they put a gun in her hands and told her to shoot at us or die. Fortunately, this means she wants to help us. Unfortunately, she has little information and has never even seen this Colonel. However, she was able to provide us with the name of a family in Nuka World she overheard in conversation between gunner officers. Apparently, the Dunmores, as they call themselves, are ex-gunners and are known to have had ties with the Colonel at one time. She overheard the gunners discussing traveling to Nuka World to eliminate them, because they knew too much about the Colonel from past work. This means the Dunmores know something of value to us, and we need to find them fast, before the Colonel shuts them up permanently.
We've spoken to a couple of caravans in town already. They're giving us a rough location a few clicks west of the Nuka World Transit Center. We're sending Crenshaw. He has experience scouting new areas and also has the authority to speak for the FSD in matters of diplomacy and trade. However, the caravans have also reported the area is heavy with raider activity, an infestation at least as dense as Libertalia. Which is why we're sending you to accompany Crenshaw on his mission. You've worked together in the past against some tough odds.
To be clear, you're there to accompany Crenshaw. He is to do the talking if the two of you do indeed locate the Dunmores. If they do know as much about this Colonel as we hope, they might be targeted by his officers to silence them. In which case, it is your job to protect them and keep them alive, long enough for them to tell Crenshaw what they know at the very least.
We're told these Dunmores have a child. They are to remain unharmed. Deadly force is only authorized if they use it on you. The intel gathering ends when Crenshaw says it does. Return here with Crenshaw for your payment and debrief. Any questions?
I have some questions.
You've heard all we're going to tell you. Crenshaw will be able to answer your questions prior to departing for the Dunmore homestead.
Gee, thanks. Nothing I love more than answering questions. So go get your gear together and come grab me at the Slocums when you're ready to head out.
Hey,
You ready to roll to Nuka World?
have you been to Nuka World before?
I was there a few months ago. The place has gone to shit. I mean, well, even more than the war turned into shit. I spoke with a few merchants on the outskirts. They told me raiders had taken over the place and basically enslaved the locals to work for them. I decided it probably wasn't best to actually go in there and get into trouble, so I kept a safe distance and found out what I could before heading home.
Yes, let's get going.
Right behind you.
Well, this is cute. I mean, it was cute before the raiders showed up and shit in the streets. And the bombs. The bombs probably made it not cute, too.
Okay, this is the place. Looks like we got a compound of sorts. Be real careful of ambushes. If they have half a brain, they already know we're here.
Hold up! Stay right where you are. You've got 3 guns on you ready to cut you guys down. Now, real easy, without any sudden moves and staying right there. Tell me what the fuck you want with us.
Easy, friend.
We ain't your friend. You got one more chance to answer the question, or we shoot you here and feed you to the Brahmin. Next thing out of your mouth better be why you're here, or I'll put a bullet in it. Now, one more time. What the fuck do you want with us?
Please, tell me you meant for them to get the drop on us like this, Crenshaw.
Sure. Why not? We just want to talk. We're looking for the Dunmores. We got some questions for them. Don't suppose you're them or know where they're at.
You got the right place, stranger. Unfortunately, we ain't too fond of visitors, especially ones like you. We ain't got nothing for you here. It's best you hit the road walking before you hit it when we shoot you down.
Hey, we ain't with those guys in Nuka World. We ain't raiders. You can keep your pals or trash. I'm from the Fens sheriff.
We know those colors and that fucking butcher you work for all too well. Now start leaving or start dying.
Well, I'm afraid you got us at a disadvantage.
That's the point. You're about out of chances, deputy. Hope you made your peace.
If you know who I work for, you know killing us is a singularly bad idea. And a particularly unnecessary risk given that we just want to talk. She knows where we are. If we don't report back, the first place she'll look is here.
You fucking arrogant bastards. Think you can walk wherever you want because that goddamn angel of death protects you, huh?
Hun.
We ain't gonna go up on no lamppost like the rest of them.
As I said, we just want to talk.
Dad? Sounds like we got the right people, Crenshaw. You got a lot more than a lamppost and baling wire to worry about if you think those pop guns are gonna stop me from stomping your ass.
Is that what the prisoners wanted, too? To talk? Just before she hung them all, I bet. I ain't falling for that bullshit.
Brett?
You fuckers took my father, my wife, my brother, Monique's sister, all of them!
Man, are you whining to the wrong person here? I'm gonna fuck your shit up for Diamond City. Intel or not, your family line is over, pal.
Dad?
I ain't never lost control of a situation before. But there's a first time for everything.
Brett Henry Dunmore III, listen to me, you idiot. We have gunners incoming.
Fuck! I knew it! You had them right here!
Let us help. We can fight them together.
Just start killing gunners before they kill us.
Good riddance.
What's happening?
Hold up! Stay right where you are. Now,
Easy.
Please, tell me.
Right?
Hey,
We know.
if you, she knows.
You
Brett?
man, are you?
Brett, just start killing.
Another notch for the gun.
I hope we can at least get back the cost in ammo.
Excuse me.
I suppose you think you deserve some sort of thanks for that, huh?
Quit being an asshole, Brett. The least we can do is hear him out before we kill him.
What the fuck was that anyway? You guys popular all of a sudden?
We used to work for a particularly talented and dangerous gunner. That was his severance package. Seems he's trying to tie up loose ends.
The Colonel, I take it.
The same. He's not gonna stop, Brett. We know too much about them. They need to shut us up.
You think I don't know that, Monique? What the hell are we supposed to do about it, huh? They outnumber and out-equip us.
We can help each other here. This Colonel guy has been launching offensives against us, and...
Good. I hope you fuckers all die.
Look, we're trying to take him out once and for all. You hate both of us, but the big difference between us, we'll leave you alone. He won't. So if you ain't gonna do it for us, do it for your daughter here. We take him out, we stop these raids, and you live in peace.
Callie, honey, go do your chores. We need to talk to these people alone.
Aw, but Mom, we never get any visit.
Listen to your mother, Callie. We'll head over to the market tomorrow. You can make friends there.
Dang it. All right.
So, you should know, before anything else, that Callie isn't our daughter. She's our niece. And you need to know why she's with us.
I don't see how that's important. You care about her, obviously. It's pretty basic math here. We'll take care of the Colonel, she stays safe.
You don't see how it's important, because you ain't shut your pie hole to listen for 2 seconds since you got here, you arrogant prick!
This ain't helping, Brett. We got a real opportunity here to get rid of the Colonel once and for all. Callie isn't our daughter. She's my dead sister's daughter. My sister was married to Brett's now dead brother. The two of us, after it all happened, we vowed to raise Callie as our own.
After what happened, the Colonel killed your family too?
Your fucking sheriff killed them. We're the only two who got away. She turned the rest into a sick warning, you motherfucker.
Bullshit! She don't do shit like that. The fuck you not telling us about this?
Go on.
When the Colonel planned his first attack on Diamond City almost a decade ago, the objective was pretty explicit. Take Diamond City and occupy it in a way to seamlessly maintain trade routes and commerce to turn it into Gunner City. Command wanted to stop relying exclusively on external contracts. They needed a more reliable source of revenue. The Colonel was put in command of the operation. He recruited mainly teams of family members, adult siblings, married couples. They were to occupy the households, lead a commerce-centered life, and be the actual residents of Gunner City when Diamond City fell. It was a good deal. Take out an easy target, and then have the security of being a gunner and a somewhat normal life. It sounded too good to be true, but a normal life is all most of us grunts ever wanted. Gunners were a bridge to that. Plenty of us signed up.
It was supposed to be easy, at least. The Colonel told us we would walk right in the front gate. Only nobody knew about your psycho sheriff.
The night Hangman's Alley got its name.
You were supposed to be a bunch of pussies and let the prisoners go. But no, you had to hang them all.
Cry me a fucking river. I lost friends in that attack. You killed Oaks' wife and daughter. We were minding our own goddamn business. You started it. The sheriff just finished it. And you sick fuckheads have the balls to blame us when your stupid plans go south. I was out there too, you know. I walked one of them up the lamppost myself. It was a girl. With any luck, it was your wife, asshole.
Why, you little fucking bitch! If you weren't in that power armor,
Aw, yeah? Too bad I am. So I repeat. I hope it was your wife I killed nice and slow. Now what the fuck are you gonna do about it? Bring it right now.
Lily, at ease. Now. Say one more goddamn word and you're going home right away. I dare you. This is too important.
Sorry, Crenshaw.
And as you all know by now, she didn't let the prisoners go. And you guys, you had some family among them?
I lost my sister and a partner I was in a rather serious relationship with. My sister left Callie behind.
she executed my wife, my brother, and my father.
We watched from across the river, just like she wanted. She lit those fires and launched those flares, and then spent the day hanging them. We couldn't look away. We couldn't do anything to stop it, because there were so few of us left. So we watched our families die slowly.
That's what got this colonel coming back for a rematch?
No. Our losses aren't what drives the colonel's desire for a rematch. He doesn't give a fuck about anyone but himself. It's his own losses. He watched both of his sons and his only brother hang. The loss was so humiliating that he lost his command and was demoted. Not only humiliating, he instantly became the last of his family line. There ain't gonna be no little colonel fuckheads roaming the planet. The Gunners never considered Diamond City a target after that. They'd never sanctioned this. He has to be funding this effort on his own somehow.
We have his funding supply figured out. It's been cut off. What we don't have is his location so we can finish the job. So look, if you want to raise this Callie niece of yours in peace, we can give you that. We can finish the job, and we can leave you alone. This colonel guy, he's gonna keep coming until you're dead. So keeping your mouth shut to protect him ain't gonna help you any here. But us, the sooner I get the fuck out of your hair and never come back, the happier I'll be. We'll leave you the fuck alone. But we need your help here. Tell us where he is, so I can leave and we can go gut him and his men like pigs. Then we'll all be done with him.
He's been in Vault 816. Ever since the Gunners demoted him, he's been hiding out there, planning his revenge.
816, huh? I know where that's at. You say he's been there this whole time? Like, for years? Because last I heard, there was a pretty harmless bunch of Atom cultists down there.
Yeah. After the defeat in Diamond City and subsequent demotion, he took his few remaining loyal men to find a new base of operations. They weren't at their strongest, so they found a vault full of otherwise peaceful children of Adam and wholesale slaughtered them.
Were you guys in on this vault slaughter?
No. We resigned our commissions right after the defeat at Diamond City. Kali was barely done with breastfeeding. She would have starved. I got no taste for this bullshit anymore. Every time I see a gunner uniform, I have nightmares for days. Your sheriff, she's the devil.
Yes, she is. Remember that in case you're lying to me. Anything else you want to tell me? You play me straight, you'll never see us again.
The cultists and their arcane trappings you meet outside the vault are just a cover to keep people away. They're not cultists, they're gunners. It's a front that's served him well for years. It looks like a cult vault on the outside, but it's a gunner vault, I can promise you that much.
All right, good enough. If this info checks out, we're through here. You don't want to make any last-minute, corrections?
No, we've been straight with you. You said it yourself. He's got us marked for death. Protecting him don't help us any.
All right, then. Looks like we're done. Watch out for the girl, folks. Good luck to you out there. Come on, we've got a report to make.
Hi.
You with that guy in the sheriff's colors? Well, you can go fuck yourself too, then.
You just hold on to that garbage if it makes you feel better, champ.
Excuse me.
My parents said I'm not supposed to talk to you. Sorry.
You're not on friendly territory. Keep moving.
Can't believe I'm posted outside the wall. Who the heck did I piss off?
Hey.
Report.
We found the Dunmore homestead where the caravan said it'd be.
What did you find out about the Dunmores and this colonel person?
Oh, they just love you, Sheriff. Huh.
If they didn't hate me, it would mean we weren't effective. Elaborate.
I hope you got coffee. This is a long one.
Dan and I are going for coffee when we're done here. Feel free to join us.
You know, I think I just might. Gotta get the taste of Nuka World out of my mouth. Anyway.
That ain't no lie. Suffice to say, the Colonel ain't thought of nothing but killing you since Hangman's Alley.
So, that gunner attack on Diamond City years ago, the one that killed the Oaks family, that made you famous and started the FSD? It wasn't an ordinary attack. It was an attempt at conquest, occupation, and resettlement. Diamond City was to become Gunner City. They wanted to do what those raiders in Nuka World pulled off. Keep supply lines open, keep the economy going, and make it their home. So they got it in their heads to look for gunners who were family members of each other to compromise the assault force. You know, root down, turn the metal shack into a home, and be there long term. Maybe fart out a little gunner or two. And this colonel was tasked with seeing the operation carried out.
Not the smartest move for anyone who's a historian of military conflicts, but I suppose gunners don't care if entire families get annihilated.
You had a force comprised of parents and their adult children, husbands and wives, siblings, in-laws, and cousins. And at the helm was the colonel, who brought both of his sons and his brother on the assault operation.
I see where this is going.
It don't take a rocket surgeon.
Exactly. You know that thing you did where you launched the flare to get their attention, then decorated River Street with the prisoners? Turns out the colonel watched both his sons and his brother go up on those lampposts, gagging and kicking at the clouds while Diamond City cheered. Not saying he didn't have it coming, but you ended his family line that day. The Dunmores, you helped about 75% of them shake their mortal coil while the last 2 of them watched them across the river. They left the gunners to raise their mutual niece, made an orphan on that day.
So, in looking to slaughter entire families in Diamond City, this colonel instead found himself on the receiving end of his own objectives.
I'm pretty sure the irony is lost on him. The troubles we've had with them recently, this entire venture is external of the gunner organization. This is all the colonel. This is all about vengeance. And this is all about hurting you, our friends, and what we've built here. Don't get me wrong, the Dunmores will love to strangle you with your own entrails too, but they moved past it to raise their adoptive daughter.
This is why any officer worth their salt won't put a family in such a position. But, as Dan said, the gunners don't care about their troops.
Did you get a location?
I did actually. Vault A16, the beast from the east.
The Karen Vault.
Oh, you're the history buff, Dan. Lay it on us.
During the early half of the 21st century, mankind underwent a dramatic dumbing down, not seen since the burning of the Library of Alexandria. Terminals, interconnected on a decentralized civilian network, allowed for the unrestricted free movement of information and misinformation. Facts were replaced with fantasy as experts became marginalized and people started to believe whatever they wished. Many of these movements adopted ideas incompatible with sustained multi-generational life in the confines of a vault and took them as gospel.
What sort of ideas?
Nobody knows. according to the merchants, the children of Adam occupy it, and they built up the outside like a fortress. They've been there as long as anyone can remember, and they're not interested in history. Nor are they interested in allowing outsiders access to any terminals which would yield answers. The only thing that is for sure is Vault-Tec routed all paying customers subscribing to these beliefs into this one vault to protect the others. That made it the largest vault east of the Mississippi River, hence the so-called Beast from the East nickname.
That's the other thing that was mentioned. This colonel took Vault 116 from them shortly after the defeat, slaughtered every last one, I'd imagine. There are supposedly some of his troops around the entrance dressed up as cultists to keep outsiders away. It's all a cover.
You're the head scout, Crenshaw. Can you add anything?
No, and that's the problem. The vault's been a black box for as long as anyone can remember. Children of Adam don't let anyone near the entrance. Seems to have worked so well that no one even noticed when the gunners took the vault from them and put up the coat facade.
Ironic the Colonel achieved with the vault in an ancillary operation what he couldn't achieve with Diamond City as his main operation. Total and seamless replacement of the population.
Irony doesn't seem to be the Colonel's strong suit.
Lily.
I don't know anything about 816 that Crenshaw didn't mention. Just it's a black hole where nobody goes and the cultists have it. Had it, at least.
This will make planning difficult, to say the least.
One thing is for certain. We're not going to be waiting around to be hit again. We're going there, and we're going to finish this once and for all. And of course, Lily's sidekick here. Good work on escorting Crenshaw to the Dunmores. Here is your payment. Did you have any questions?
You really don't have to call me her sidekick, you know?
You've lived longer than most of the previous ones. You've earned it. Wear it with pride. Somewhere.
Do you need me for anything else?
Most likely, yes. We are still decrypting the chip from the courser that Crenshaw procured. It is yielding results. And the holotapes that Lily procured from the railroad safe house are likewise being analyzed. They will yield actionable intel.
What's next?
It will take time to plan, weigh, and decide on various options, but an assault of this vault in some capacity is in order. We will contact you when we are ready to move. You've been a reliable hired gun this far. We'll need some time to consider all of this and plan a number of strategies.
And coffee. I said count me in for the Slocums. Word from Gary is that Terry is working really hard on dressing up the place. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yes, of course. Anyone here is invited. Lieutenant, bring the walkie-talkie we recovered from the gunners. It may yet prove useful.
Sir?
I'll meet you over there. I'm gonna drop off my power armor first.
Excellent work, everyone. Expect to hear from us in the next 48 hours. Dismissed.